The word is out from the starter stand. We'll go to green next time around. Let's hope all is in order. The field all running, and it's a very, very strong field. So hang on to your hats. All the qualifications done yesterday. Jay Stewart, a man to be watched. He drew that pole position as a result of his qualifying heat, and he is a strong competitor. But we have the Shark, our defending champion, back in car 21, not too far back in the field. Keep an eye on George. He just sort of sneaks up on you and bites away, and before you know it, he's out in front. And a host of other great competitors, Gary Fiormonti, Jim Peterson. Here they come heading for the line. We're underway.
Number 64, Bennett jumps out to the early lead, but it's only momentary. As the number 11 car, Jay Stewart. And on the roof of that car is Boris the Bat. Boris has been to more races than any fan I've met yet. And Boris is guiding Stewart down the line. And here comes Greco, the Shark, number 21, as they come around to finish lap number 1. Whoa. 1, 2, 3 cars, 4 cars, and 5 cars involved. Sheet metal everywhere.
The 3X of Bowler is now under his own power. Let's see if he can make it off, but the caution has flown. Bowler got sideways, ended up being tapped and spun, and then took the lick.
Number 22, Foster, heading for the pits. Number 53, with a flat tire and some sheet metal damage, also heading into the pits, Mark Trombley.
All as a result of that incident, as a couple of the other fellows crossed up. Here comes Bowler, managing to do it under his own power, is a mess. You can see Fox has already dropped to the rear. So on the restart, we go back to the last completely scored lap, and it will be Jay Preston sitting on the pole. Jay Stewart, correction, of Preston. Alongside our defending champion, George the Shark, already right up near the front.
We talked to them during the pit party and asked if they'd made any changes. They felt that the car was running so strong last year that all they did was work on some chassis balance. They
right there with them as they head for the line, and the green flag is out.
Nose to nose as they go across the line. Stewart down the bottom side, Greco up top. Greco staying clear, no contact made yet. Here comes Larry Vassar, number 78 on the outside, moving up around. Herb Bennett for 4th position. Vassar coming up, starting in 7th.
One fellow we haven't said much about is now heading for the lead. Rich Gotro looked very strong in qualifying yesterday, and look at him come on like gangbusters. 3 abreast as they cross the line. Larry Vassar right in the middle of that pack between Herb Bennett and George Greco, and Vassar has 3rd place. Here's a challenge for the lead. Gotro gets just a bit sideways coming out of turn 2, and he has to hold on to that 2nd spot as Larry Vassar is now all over his back bumper. Here they come. They rub and they bump. At the line, it's still Stewart by the narrowest of margins.
Gotro down on the inside, has the advantage a short way around. Wall leans on Stewart, pushes him all the way up against the wall, and underneath comes Larry Vassar, number 78, moving up to challenge for the lead. Vassar backs out of it just a bit. Greco next to Vassar now. We go side by side into turn number 1. The number 26 car with the advantage, but Stewart has been able to come back every lap.
Rich Gotro doing a great job, really rim riding into turn number 1. There he goes with Vassar hanging right there at his back bumper, and Greco sitting waiting for an opening while Stewart runs that outside groove. Mad Dog Bassett takes over the number 5 spot. Back in the pack, it's Gary Pelletier moving up in car 85. He gets under Herb Bennett, and he has the number 6 position. Problems. One of the cars heading up toward the Armco barrier.
That's Mike number 2, Mike Poliano. He's Gotro now with a little bit of breathing room by 3 car lengths in the lead. Stewart, number 11, being challenged very, very heavily by Larry Vassar. And here comes Greco. Larry's moving, is waving his hand. Vassar's got a problem as he waves by. The yellow flag out.
Yes, we have a lot of dirt that was sprayed up from the infield. Rocks, actually. So we have to remove all those. And that's quick repairs made to his number 2.
Well, we have one more car that's...
he started 26th. He's already running in 10th place, apparently having worked the bugs out from yesterday. Here he comes, heading for the line, and it's Rich Gotro hanging on as Larry Vassar takes the number 2 spot away from Jay Stewart.
Stewart stays up on the outside. It's the longer way around, but he seems to be getting traction now. The 1st, 2nd, and 3rd position all in line. Here comes Greco down on the inside. Mad Dog Bassett tries to make a move also with him, but winds up sticking his wheels underneath the yellow line. Gotro holding on. Vassar right on his tail. Vassar looks to the outside. Watch this. He's going to square him off. Vassar drops down to the inside. Gotro is not giving him 1 inch. The number 28 car maintaining. Greco side by side with Stewart now. And here comes Bissett, number 30. The orange and white number 30 moving up on number 21, George Greco. And your leader's starting to move away from the rest of the field, about 5 car lengths, as George goes to the inside and looks to pick up third spot.
Tom Butler running that inside groove, doing a fine job in car 4 as he makes his presence felt now, running in 7th place and holding off the charges of 66 Cliff Stakey and the 85 of Gary Pelletier. To the line they come with Gotro, the leader after 8 of 30 laps.
Greco not able to make the move up he wants. He is currently sitting in 4th spot. Stewart, the number 11 car on the outside, able to hold him off. And Bissett waiting for one of them to make a mistake. George Bissett, number 30, drops down behind the number 21 car, hoping to follow him through. But Greco not able to accelerate out as they get sideways coming out of turn number 4. Everybody gathers it up, and they go across the line.
Good action all through the pack as our leaders start to stretch it out. Gotro and Vassar now pulling away just a little bit. Once again, Stewart reclaims that number 3 spot, and back comes Greco to the inside. Mad Dog Bissett still unable to close that ground anymore after a couple more laps. And contact. Around goes D'Alessandro in car 12. We mentioned Doug was making his move through the field, but now he runs into a problem and apparently has stalled. And that means another caution flag.
20 laps to make up the distance.
All right, the pace now will start to pick up. Keep an eye on Chris Hopkins. We'll keep an eye on him for you. You watch those cars, and here they go. They wind them up. Tom Butler catches Jay Stewart sleeping, and around goes Stewart. He has a flat left rear tire. Stewart went to accelerate. Around he went in car 11.
And we're waiting to see. Yellow comes out. You know, that tire's ripped right off the rim. Tough break for Stewart, and this is their debut. They just finished putting the car together, and he was running very, very well.
So that will shift our order once again. That puts Tom Butler up into 4th place now alongside the Shark. CJ yellow flag, and now Frankie Latoile in the 59 pulls out of the lineup, and apparently
that's right.
Now Gotro and Vassar will wind them up and lead the field down. There's the green flag.
Greco has a problem. George Greco either jumped out of gear or he missed a shift. Really clogged everything up. He gets a couple of taps but maintains. And they go 3 wide as they go through turn number 1. Herb Bennett Sr. down on the bottom, almost in the dirt.
Look at the side-by-side battle for the lead, and with Tom Butler closing in on our top 2. The Shark recovers nicely. He now gives C.J. Fry a tap as he looks to come around that 6X car. Gotro taking over the lead from Vassar in turn 1. Here comes Butler making his move down low. Tom Butler looking strong as they resume this action. Now Vassar recovers. Here comes Butler again.
Whoa, they lean right up against each other. Vassar goes major league sideways. Butler in the dirt. Butler maintains control back onto the racetrack, but boy, that was a push and a push back, and Butler took the hardest part of that one.
That gives Gotro now a pretty good lead over the field with 18 laps remaining in this one.
Greco, bang, right into the back of number 78, Vassar. Goes to the top side. These guys are saying, wake up, it's time to go racing.
Down into turn number 2, side-by-side battle between Vassar and Greco, and here comes the Shark. Oh, he has come on strong after that incident. C.J. Fry also moving up. Vassar appears to have a flat left front tire. Larry Vassar next with a problem. He drops off the pace. Gotro, your leader by far, but here comes the Shark.
Vassar doing an incredible job getting that car around with a flat tire. Is in the racing line, but moves up top now and lets some of the cars go by, but he's still going to be a problem if he doesn't get down off the racetrack to get that tire changed. Halfway there, cross flags. Gotro, number 28. Greco, number 21. and Fry, number 6X, first three positions.
Contact. Mad Dog Bissett and Tom Fox come together in turn one. Both recover and are back in the race. Richie Gotro really setting a blistering pace now. He'll be a tough man to catch.
Pelletier, number 85, making a challenge down low for third position. And Larry Vassar spins out now, and he's on the inner apron. That will bring out the yellow flag.
Now you have to wonder, was that a planned spin?
No, couldn't have been. Couldn't have been. Larry Vassar's a young guy, and he runs very, very well. I don't think he's got the years racing to pull something like that off. But then again, what do I know, right?
Yeah, Larry's been around enough. For our restart, and we'll see how they shape up. Gary Pelletier is also coming on strong in the 85. He looked strong in qualifying yesterday. C.J. Fry, if you had...
Vassar now moves to the pits to get that tire changed. The problem, oh, look at the dirt he brings out into the racetrack. Unbelievable.
They got to extend the track.
Down for bringing out an unnecessary caution.
Toward the stripe between 3 and 4.
You can bet one fellow was happy for you to see that yellow flag, George Greco. He has a chance, but once again, troubles on the restart for Greco. Second time in a row, Greco's had a problem as Gotro jumps out to the lead, and C.J. Fry takes second place. They sort out through turns 1 and 2, and down the backstretch, 3 abreast in the back of the pack.
Now from out of nowhere, number 17, Jim Peterson in the black number 17 cars moved all the way up and is challenging for fourth place. Oh, Butler goes sideways, gets tapped. Greco gets around him. Butler goes into the wall. Butler in number 4, the green car, Butler comes to a stop.
He's got heavy damage to the right front, so his bid for a victory today apparently is vanquished. Tom Butler getting caught in the left rear by George Greco, a racing accident. And into the wall he went, and hard.
That left behind the last 2 restarts.
Going to green now. Chris Hopkins looking the field over. Very deliberate pace being set by our front row. The way Chris likes it, and here they come, and there's the green.
Once again, they start off. This time, number 21 seems to accelerate a little bit easier than before. Peterson moves quickly in the 3rd spot. Fry, number 6X, in 2nd spot. Gotro, number 28, holding on to the lead. The field is pretty tight together. Number 28, a little bit of distance over the 2nd place driver, but here comes Peterson down on the inside to challenge for 2nd spot. Peterson gets a little sideways between 3 and 4. Greco takes a look to the outside, but there's not enough room as Peterson drops down. Number 3X goes to the infield.
Mike Bowler getting caught up in the action on the front stretch and now pulls to a stop. Tom Butler, meanwhile, limping around as he gets the black flag.
Butler in a very, very tenuous position right now, being in the fast line, running around with that flat tire.
He has received the black flag. Bowler sitting there, and that brings out the caution. Mike Bowler in the 3X stopping on the entrance to pit road. Butler was running very well throughout the race, but you can see the right front wheel towing out. Here we go, starting to wind them up. Gotro set to lead the field to green. Chris Hopkins displays the flag, and we're back underway. 11 laps to go, and Gotro resumes the lead. Gary Pelletier now enters the picture in car 85. The Shark under C.J. Fry. Here he comes. Here comes the Shark. And he's got the 2nd spot back. Tim Peterson will like to follow along. Meanwhile, Jay Stewart has come back to life in car 11. 3 wide into turn 3. Look out. They sort out, and now it's Peterson holding on to 3rd, Fry in 4th.
And Stewart, who was doing very well, wound up in the back of the pack, has moved his way all the way up to 5th spot, and he's trying to challenge for 4th. go 3 wide for a moment on the back straightaway. Peterson and Fry side by side, number 17, number 6X. Peterson with the low groove. Stewart trying to follow him through. Stewart drops down even lower. Now we're going to go 3 wide again.
Across the line, side by side between Fry and Peterson as Greco is unable to close the gap on our leader. Here comes Stewart to make a 3 wide. Off the second turn, Stewart down low. Well, does he have the muscle? No, sir, not yet. Peterson holds him off, and C.J. Fry slides into the 3rd spot.
Off the straightaway, C.J. Fry holding on to 6X with Peterson and Stewart side by side again. They're leaning right on each other as they go into turn number 1. Meanwhile, 28 Gotro losing the lead he had over 21 Greco as they move away from the rest of the pack. Fry, Stewart, here comes Herb Bennett Sr., number 64, moving up to challenge. Bennett now running in 5th spot, was all the way back to 12th at one point. Peterson gets sideways, the number 17 cars. Bennett stays down below. George Bissett, number 39, also moving up right behind Peterson.
Gary Pelletier takes to the outside of Bissett. Bissett, guns out of turn 2 and moves up alongside the Pelletier 85 once more. Now Pelletier hits into turn 3, doing well in the turns as he overtakes Bissett. Meanwhile, Stewart closes in on Fry. Battle for second shaping up as they move into turn 1. The Shark, meanwhile, inching closer, ever closer, moves under Bissett and moves up a notch.
Your leaders continue to pull away from the rest of the field. Stewart, the 11 car, Fry in the 6X car side by side. Once again, this is for position for 3rd spot. Bennett sitting back just a bit, again side by side. Peterson in the 17 car. As the laps start to click away, we have 5 laps remaining.
The Shark doing a little rim riding, trying to close the gap between he and our leader. And if he's doing it at all, it's just a matter of inches each lap. And we have just 4 remaining now. Stewart all alone now in 3rd, ahead of Fry. Bennett runs in 5th, and Pelletier takes over the number 6 spot from Peterson. Cliff Stakey runs 8th. Doug D'Alessandro working from the back, now in 9th place. Don Sandow Jr. runs in 10th. Down the backstretch they go one more time, and the Shark unable to do it, unable to close that gap as yet. Okay, the popsicle sticks are up. 2 laps remaining. Stewart followed by Fry in 3rd and 4th place. Pelletier feeling heat from Peterson in the battle for that position. Greco picks up some ground on that lap, but here we come. It's the white flag lap. The Shark will have to do it now. Here they come. Off the turn, heading for the line. Look at the smoke off this Greco machine as he really pours it on in that turn. 1 lap to go. Richie Gotro, the man out in front. Can he do it? Gotro out of South Windsor, Connecticut, pushing that car hard, and look at Greco trying to make up the ground, that tire smoke pouring out as he heads for the line. It's Richie Gotro across the line. George Greco 2nd, Jay Stewart 3rd, C.J. Fry in 4th, Herb Bennett takes 5th, Gary Pelletier in 6th place. Late model feature is now history. Well, quite a little bang and swapping of paint going on, but it's all over now. Moving down to trackside is Tony Sutton to talk to our winner as soon as our victory lane stand is in place. All the cars will be lining up here on the front stretch in their position for the start, and the drivers will be coming out of the cars. This means a slight delay, so this would be a good opportunity if you want to take a break and head down to the midway. You can take a look at that new Legend car that's showing down there, the Porter and Chester Institute booth, eager to 6-7. You're asked to report to the start-finish line after our next feature, the modified feature. Well, here he is, ladies and gentlemen, into victory lane from South Windsor, Connecticut, Richie Gotro.
Well, you get a little bit excited here pulling up to the start-finish line. Richie's getting his car backed up a bit. We'll get a word with him in just a second. For 1994, the late model winner, Richie Gotro. up on the stands here in just a second and get a chance to talk to him. Ladies and gentlemen, the late model 1994 initial race winner, Richie Gotro. Begin with congratulations. You drove a great race. The restarts were just phenomenal. Was there any problem at all that you had out there?
Well, I thought I was going to have problems with the 78 and the 21, but kept jumping them off the start and got the green and just went to the first turn.
It's got to be kind of frustrating after you get it rolling and you start to get the laps coming down and the yellow flag comes out. How do you maintain your concentration?
Just don't look back.
Yeah, took the rear view mirror out altogether, right?
Oh, it was tough. It was a rough race, and I'd like to thank my sponsors, Wellington Pizza, South Windsor Service Center, Bob Phil. He did an excellent job with the chassis. My motor man, Auto Machine, excellent job. We're ready to win.
Once again, congratulations on a great drive. We hope to see you here up on Victory Lane again. Ladies and gentlemen, Rich Gotro.
As we said, ladies and gentlemen, it might be a good opportunity to make your way to the Midway and enjoy the fine concession facilities as well as Big D's novelty booth, the embroidery factory set up, because we are just several moments away from introducing to you the gentlemen of the new Mod Squad, the Friday Night Modifieds here at the Stafford Motor Speedway, as they prepare for their part in the 23rd annual running of the Spring Sizzler. One more time, how about a nice round of applause for the winner of our late model feature here this afternoon? A great